You're listening to the Armchair GM Sports Network.
You're listening to the Niagara Hockey Lowdown Sabres Edition, your source for all news, press conference reactions, analysis, and objective discussions regarding the NHL's Buffalo Sabres from right here in the Niagara region. Here are your hosts, Brandon Caputo and Austin Broad.
Hey guys, what's going on?
Well, Rene.
Rene, how are you?
How are you, Bert?
How are you?
How are you?
We got a new owner and you show up.
Yeah,
Great.
came out of retirement.
Great to see you.
Yeah, just reading about the new owner. Boy, I'm excited, I'll tell you.
Over 30 years ago, he said, if I ever have more than 2 nickels to my name, I'm going to buy the Buffalo Sabres one day.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a smaller edition of the Niagara Hockey Lowdown Sabres Edition. Kind of just a quick video here for you guys. It's not going to be a full-length podcast. It probably won't even be in audio form. It'll just be here on the YouTube channel. I'm just here to quickly discuss the passing of Sabres legend Rene Robert. Remember the famed French connection with Rick Martin and obviously Gilbert Perreault. I've got, obviously, their banners up in tribute for this video today. Just quickly want to go over just how special this line was and these guys were to the Sabres organization. I mean, it was a little bit before my time, so I never got to actually see them play like in my father's era. And, those people who grew up watching the Sabres in the 70s, those were definitely special times that I wish I was a part of. But as far as the stats go, he was obviously signed as a free agent by the Leafs. A 5-game tryout, and then was traded to Vancouver, eventually claimed by the Sabres, and found his way here with Buffalo, and it ended up becoming, one of the most famed lines in all of hockey history, not just the Sabres, but in all of hockey history, a line that was all retired together, and, one of those things that's iconic when you think of Buffalo Sabres hockey, and those guys are kind of, the guys that you look at up in the rafters and think, wow, that was a special time when the franchise started in 1970, and those guys kind of carried that first little bit of the franchise and made it what it was, starting as an expansion team. And as far as his stats go, obviously, what Gilbert Perreault and Rick Martin have meant to this team, but he was kind of the third guy on the line there, and from 1971, 72 up until 78, 79, they played together as a line, and 83 points, 65, 100, 87, 73, 73, and 62 were his point totals with Buffalo. A two-time All-Star, and ended up not having the greatest success afterwards. But obviously, he will be remembered for his time in Buffalo, and obviously being a member, of the French Connection, and retired here in Buffalo. He obviously passed away 10 years after Rick Martin had passed away, and that video I showed in the opening there when Terry Pegula first took over as the Sabres owner and having them reunite and surprising him on the ice for that first game, that gave me goosebumps watching that over again, and it was just a special moment to have those guys. And we didn't know at the time, but that was the last time that we'd ever get to see the whole line together there, as Rick Martin would sadly pass away of a heart attack just a little while after that. And obviously Rene Robert last week passing away from a heart attack as well. And Gilbert Perreault, the last one of the French Connection to still be with us at this time. But just wanted to quickly come on here and just kind of highlight and showcase what those guys and what this line meant to the Sabres organization. And obviously Rene Robert's legacy will live on forever. And I've got a short video here just showcasing some of the great plays that line would go on to showcase, obviously in black and white, but obviously some great moments for the franchise and for people that grew up loving Sabres hockey. These were the guys that were the ones that put them on the map, and the ones that the national audience would want to see. And it's incredible when you really think about it, that how three guys like that could go on to. We barely see it these days. You see, kind of with the Colorado Avalanche and their top line with McKinnon, Rantanen, and Gabriel Landeskog, and even in Boston with David Pastrnak, Patrice Bergeron, and Brad Marchand. But other than that, you don't really see lines stay together for multiple games or seasons, let alone 7 or 8 years that these guys were together. And it's very special and something that doesn't come along very often. You think of the Triple Crown line in Los Angeles with Dave Taylor, Charlie Simmer, and obviously Marcel Dion. But again, this is just something that we don't typically see in the NHL these days. And for the Sabres, it was obviously a great time for them. They would go on to lose to the Flyers in the Stanley Cup Finals, unfortunately, during that run. But these guys, even over the years, and Sabres fans like myself who did not grow up in this era, you still went back and watched highlights of these guys and still saw how important and how much legacy they had left on the organization. And it's a shame that we didn't get to see more of them, in the last little bit here in the last 10 years. And you can say what you want about the Pegulas, getting rid of the alumni contracts and all that jazz, but I don't really want to sit here and talk about the negatives. I wanted to just come on here and just quickly, pay tribute to Rene Robert, Rick Martin, and Gilbert Perreault as the whole line, the French Connection. And with two of them now gone, it just seems like that moment in 2011 there that I played at the beginning with Terry Pegula taking over as owner. You can say what you want about that, but it was a special moment to have all three of those guys back together for one last time, and that will be the lasting memory we have of them together after their playing days here. And we'll see. We'll kind of see what happens next season. I would assume that the Sabres would have some sort of tribute. Maybe they'd have number 14 on the ice, kind of like when they had number 7 for Rick Martin on the behind the net when he passed back in 2011. And obviously they're probably going to have a tribute or something like that. And I really hope that they do honor Rene and the whole line in general when they do come back with fans next season. I think it will be a special moment, and hopefully will be a good enough tribute for the French Connection and what they deserve and what they meant to this organization. And it probably wouldn't be here if it weren't for the contributions of these guys. So again, Rene Robert passing away at the age of 72 last week, and Gilbert Perreault is the last standing with us here with the French Connection. And again, these highlights here, just going through and watching it, it's pretty fun to watch the different style of hockey back then. It was very exciting to watch. The goalies, I'm sure, didn't enjoy it a whole lot, but just watching this is very incredible. And hopefully the Sabres can get back to playing meaningful hockey like this, and something that we can all be proud of and kind of be proud of as far as showing what this organization has done, and then the rich history of it with guys like Rene Robert, Rick Martin, and Gilbert Perreault. So hopefully you guys enjoyed, again, this very, very small video here, just showcasing and wanted to come on here and pay tribute to Rene Robert, number 14 of the Buffalo Sabres, and as well number 11 Gilbert Perreault and number 7 Rick Martin. As now, unfortunately, when these types of things happen, we kind of, we might not talk about them as much, but then when situations like this happen, we kind of have to bring it up and kind of bring it back to light about just how special they were. And sometimes it takes us to not appreciate what somebody does until they're no longer with us, but the memory of the French Connection will live on forever. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this very small episode of the Niagara Hockey Lowdown Sabres edition and our tribute to number 14 Rene Robert of the Buffalo Sabres. Our condolences go out to his family and the whole Sabres organization and Sabres fan base who are in mourning at this time. So with that said, that is going to wrap it up for today's episode of the Niagara Hockey Lowdown Sabres edition. You can follow us on Twitter at AGMSports. Make sure you're checking us out there, and you can follow myself at Caputs13_AGM. As well, you can follow my co-host Austin Broad at Austin_Broad. And until next time, this is the Niagara Hockey Lowdown on the Armchair GM Sports Network, by sports fans, for sports fans. We'll see you guys again very soon. You're listening to the Armchair GM Sports Network.